Okay, guys, what's going on? It's your boy Uch, and we have some very fun things to discuss and talk about. We did this last year, and this is obviously concerning EVO 2020. Now, we're gonna just quickly go over the lineup for those that may not be aware of what EVO is. Evolution is the full title, okay? Is the premier and granddaddy event of them all. It is like the WrestleMania or the Super Bowl of fighting game tournaments. And so, of course, this being like the biggest tournament of them all, everyone has their eyes set and they look at this tournament. A lot of players from all around the world travel out to Las Vegas, Nevada to compete in their respective games for, you know, immortality and all that craziness and dramatic effect that you will, you know, probably imagine. But anyway, so we're gonna pretty much go over exactly what these games are, my thoughts, and I will admit I was pretty spot on. I was very spot on with my predictions. Now, something that we're gonna talk about, the I guess the wild card and I guess the eerie the eerie inclusion or not inclusion of Mortal Kombat 11. So that's just, you know, that just goes right out the window right there. So I guess we'll start with that. Like, MK is not featured as a mainline game. Doesn't mean it's not going to be at EVO, because let me tell you something. I've been to EVO 2 times already, and this year will be my 3rd EVO. And thankfully I've been able to commentate at both of them so far. And I will say that there are hundreds of games, all right? There's so many different games at EVO, and there's a lot of side and community-ran events. So just because it's not officially on the lineup, that doesn't mean that it's not going to be there. And I can already tell you guys, for those that are sad about Mortal Kombat not being a part of the main lineup of Evolution, don't worry, because there's actually a bunch of people that are already in the process of organizing a Mortal Kombat tournament happening at EVO, all right? But I'm gonna try to do this in order of how I remember it being announced, because they did just only announce it the other night. So number 1, Smash Ultimate. I'm very surprised that they announced Smash Ultimate first, because I'm not gonna lie, I feel very like it's kind of obvious how they as in like Mr. Wiz and like Mike Ross. There we go. So it was Mike Ross and Mr. Wiz. They were very passive when they were announcing Smash. Like I felt like they were kind of just throwing it out there, you know, to be nice and because I acknowledge that Smash Ultimate literally did have the most entrants at last year's Evolution. So, but you know, as a person who loves a bunch of fighting games, Smash is one of my favorite fighting games of all time. Smash definitely deserves to come back. So I'm really happy with Smash Ultimate returning. Now, my only other question about Smash is, will we have 1 or 2 new characters by the time Evolution comes around? And for those that are not aware of the date, EVO 2020 is going to be the very last weekend of July that goes right into August, which makes that, let me see here, July 31st to August 2nd, okay? So it's a 3-day event, and Smash Ultimate is number 1. Number 2 was it was Tekken 7, actually. Leroy 7 is the meme that's going around as of late. Not sure how this is gonna how that meme is going to date or last at the time or whenever people are watching this, maybe like closer towards EVO. But Tekken 7, of course, you know, it's like one of the big dojo major events that's a part of the Tekken World Tour. Obviously Tekken's a mainstay. I don't see Tekken ever being taken off the main lineup of an EVO event. So good stuff to Tekken. I'm looking forward to seeing that high caliber, super professional Tekken gameplay. Okay, next we got Street Fighter 5 Championship Edition. Now that's obviously a no-brainer. Street Fighter, I don't remember having an EVO without seeing Tekken or seeing Street Fighter. So Street Fighter has been a mainstay. Champion Edition is basically this is probably going to be the last time we're going to see Street Fighter 5 at Evolution in this capacity and in this format, okay? Because, you know, this year Capcom Pro Tour, this is the last time that we're gonna see someone auto qualify that won the previous year into the following year. And why is that? Because, as history shows, we're in line for Street Fighter 6. Now, will we see a preview for Street Fighter 6 at EVO? I doubt it, but it would be a nice surprise. So yes, I'm looking forward to seeing more high action Street Fighter 5 action. Up next, we got Dragon Ball FighterZ. Dragon Ball FighterZ did really well last year. It had a really good showing. The rivalry between Sonic Fox and Goichi is still going strong. Goichi took it from him last year. So again, I'm really hyped to get to see more high action with Dragon Ball FighterZ. And you know what's crazy? It's like I used to commentate for Dragon Ball FighterZ, so I'm gonna be submitting my reel to do some commentary, of course. So definitely look out for that. But that would be crazy if I was. Even if I could get to do pools or something. But, of course, a lot of y'all know me for doing my Dragon Ball Super reactions. So, of course, I already know all the lore there is to know. And, my fighting game prowess and just my ability to commentate just about any kind of fighting game. Combine those two, the familiarity is just there. So, I am really looking forward not only just to seeing Dragon Ball to see, but to see if your boy can actually get a freaking spot and get a goddamn gig on EVO, okay? After this, I believe they announced the big first surprise, to this main lineup, and that is Granblue Fantasy Versus. Now, Granblue is a brand new fighting game that's coming out actually this year. At the time of this recording, it's coming out very, very, very soon. I think Japan's actually getting it first. And of course, EVO. This isn't like the first time EVO's ever done something like this where they've introduced like a game that's not even out yet. Like they did that for Samurai Shodown, which of course is the next game actually that I'm going to be talking about in just a minute. But we've seen this with Sam Show, we've seen this with BB Tag the year before that. So EVO tends to have this like pattern where they'll have like their mainstays, like the obvious games, and then they'll throw in a game that's like probably not even released yet. Whether that has anything to do behind the scenes between the companies and the people a part of EVO, but the fact remains is that Granblue has been a very hyped up game. A lot of people are looking forward to it. A lot of people are looking at this game, going to these tournaments to try to play test a little early. I was just at Frosty Fausting, so I saw that line. You can check the vlog out, the Frosty Fausting vlog. Check that vlog out. You can see that line. That line was long as hell, and I didn't even get to play it. But, I am interested in it. I do want to see more. I understand that Granblue is actually a series. I think it's a mobile series. I'm not really sure. I don't know anything about it at all. But a lot of people are praising it very early. It's a game made by Arc Systems Works, so it's another fighter under their belt, okay? Up next, like I did mention, Samurai Shodown is back again once again. Samurai Shodown had over like 1,800 entrants last year. And, for it being a very defensive-based, neutral-based game, like, I got to give the credit to where the credit is due. A lot of people are hyped, and they like and love this game. It's a classic. You had a lot of the older fighting game figureheads like, Alex Valle, like, they was coming out. Justin Wong, I think he got, like, second place in that top 8 last year. And of course, like Samurai Shodown being one of those classic games that got a new iteration to its lineage last year. So because of course it did well for itself, and the reception was good enough, and I guess they want to keep their lineup somewhat relevant and current, Samurai Shodown is here to stay at Evolution 2020. After this is, I believe, this is where I got the order mixed up, but that's okay, because up next we do have Soul Calibur 6. Now, Soul Calibur 6, I used to play Soul Calibur 6 specifically right when it was brand new. I kind of definitely fell off altogether, but Soul Calibur 6 again is here to stay. It got its season 2 announced last year at EVO, and of course we're in the new year now, and the new season is here. And I know that the community is very excited to play their game on the grandest stage of them all once again. And I am in the understanding that the Soul Calibur players are very unique to their game and very exclusive to their game. Like, you don't really see too much overlap with players that play Soul Calibur and something else. Like, a lot of players that are mainstay Soul Calibur players only play Soul Calibur, and I highly respect that. Soul Calibur is pretty fun to watch. And one of my teammates, freaking Sane, okay, he is literally like, he is so close to winning the big one. I mean, he's got plenty of experience already winning locals and doing that good work. So look out for Sane Man, Sane fellow dynamic focus brethren of mine. So shout out to Soul Calibur and the community. Congratulations to being featured on an EVO lineup. So we're almost done here. We got 2 more games to go, okay? The last mainline game that brings us to a total of 8, all right? But we do have a bonus, like I said, is Uniclur, aka Under Night in Birth. And I don't know what the last part says because that John is really small. Let me see if I can zoom in on that. Yep, nope, it's still blurry. Anyway, but yeah, it's Uniclur. Everyone knows what it is. Formerly known as Unist. Now it's Uniclur. It's the newest addition to the Under Night series. It's another anime fighter that's being featured in this main lineup because of Granblue Fantasy Versus is, of course, an anime fighter, if you weren't able to tell from what I was talking about earlier. Of course, Arc System Works makes it. So Under Night in Birth, not made by Arc System, that's by Axis, okay? Under Night is a game where the community pretty much showed up last year and was like, yo, and they got their chance. Unist was a part of the main lineup last year, and this year it is back through its new iteration, and I know I've seen it for myself. I go to these events. I was at the Red Bull Conquest, and they had an early demo for Uniclur, and let me tell you something. That community OD. They were freaking at this station. Literally every single person was like literally playing out their matches like to the very last second, like trying to get all the information they could possibly get, preparing for this freaking game. And I gotta respect that, but I mean, low-key, it was annoying because I was trying to play and I got like 1 game. I was like, all right, like I felt like I was getting rushed because these dudes was all like hovering over me, like just you know, I was like, okay, like I'm out of here. All right, I'm done. I'll give y'all your game back. All right, but you know, Uniclur, cool ass game. Of course, some of these characters are featured in BlazBlue Cross Tag, which is not on the official lineup, but I'm sure it's going to be featured in some capacity, and it'll have some a definite showing because there's a lot of people that play BB Tag, and I'm actually pretty I'm pretty happy that BB Tag's getting the support that it's gotten too. Got a bunch of new characters. I hope they're getting more because like that's kind of like the theme. I feel like is like they're just adding just more anime relating, looking or feeling type of series to the game. We recently got Arcana Heart, they got Blitz Camp, they got the Senran Kagura, and a bunch of others. They got add new Ruby characters. Yo, let me get just a Ruby fighting game. Anyway, back to the EVO stuff. Listen, we got one more. Now this is the wild card, and this is something that literally I feel like a lot of people joked about, especially Maximilian. Shout out to Max, okay? Everyone would love to see Marvel vs. Capcom come back in some capacity, right? And I feel like 2020 is going to be a very, very special year for fighting games, especially like it is, you know, basically every year. But that just goes to show you how much fighting games and just video games in general have just grown over the years. So moving forward, I feel like this is definitely the year for fighting games again, just because we are in the new era, the new decade, right? The new whatever, and we are featuring Marvel vs. Capcom 2. This game is 20 years old, so they felt like as a 20-year anniversary celebration that they would bring this game back in a very special way. It's not the kind of bracket that you can enter. It's actually an invitational. So the way the invitational works is they already have 4 players that are confirmed to be in this, and the other 4 players are kind of undecided as of right now. And by the means of getting the other 4 players, I have actually no idea how they're about to do it. My personal opinion, maybe just a suggestion, maybe they should reference the recent Battle of the Strongest that took place in this late December. That was run by the likes of Yice, Chris Matrix, all the homies over there. NYC Furby streamed it. Okay, Arturo, man, like they were all a part of it. They had like the best of the best. Literally, it was the battle of the strongest. And it just goes to show you, man, old school games are still here. They're still loved, represented, played. And honestly, I feel like if they went ahead and opened this up to the general public, I feel like MvC2 would have a very big and bright and loud showing, especially because, you know, it's nostalgia, it's, you know, it's the old school, and Marvel 2, especially Marvel 2, has a history within EVO. Okay, so of course there's 4 competitors that I did mention before. We got Yipes, we got Duck, we got Sanford Kelly, and oh, Justin Wong. How can I forget Justin Wong? Okay, so we got those 4, and then the other 4 characters. The other 4 players are going to be added on at another time. I don't know if it's gonna be community like decided, but like I said, I feel like Battle of the Strongest, they should definitely pick and choose from, you know, the results out of that. Me personally, I would definitely love to see my man Chris Matrix in there, just because, you know, I'm biased. I'm a no frills podcast dude out here. Okay, I am a part of the Warriors, and I'm all for the people's commentator. As a commentator for, you know, like, look, I am biased, but I'm fair. You see what I did there? Anyway, Chris freaking Matrix, I want this man as the 5th guy. Or as just one of the dudes, okay? But anyway, I feel like out of all 9 of these games, I feel like all of the attention and all of the excitement and the hype, the most of all of what I just said is going to be directly at Marvel vs. Capcom 2, especially because what better way to announce and bring something in new, okay? Especially when this is the old. And I'm not saying out with the old in with the new. I'm not saying that at all, because look, as long as we got retro stuff, especially with the DC HDMI, we got Dreamcast with HDMIs now, guys, okay? Like, there's no reason why people can't even still play these old school favorites like this anymore. But I feel like once this is all said and done, everyone's going to be watching Marvel 2, everyone's going to get hype, everyone's going to get loud, everyone's going to get, you know, super vintage fighting game, like community type stuff, okay? I feel like this is the time to announce Marvel 4, okay? It has to be, because what better way to announce it? They have Marvel 2 return, 20-year anniversary, 20-year birthday. Whoever wins, doesn't even matter who wins. I personally want Yipes to win, but that's just me. I'm telling you guys right freaking now, this is the time. Marvel Infinite, not gonna shit on it, not gonna say anything bad about it. But look, that is not the true successor to 3, and it's not even the true successor to 2. All right, as much as you know, people might like it or shit on it or whatever, I will say, as soon as Marvel 4 gets announced and we see those X-Men characters and we see the characters that we feel like they obviously deserve to be in there, they're gonna take us on a wild ride, all right? But enough with these puns. That's the EVO lineup. My thoughts on this lineup, like I pretty much called everything outside of Marvel 2, of course. And of course, like I said, I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I'm very surprised that they did not have room for Mortal Kombat. If it was me personally, I probably would have swapped out Sam Show, or either, like, this is kind of tough. Like, I don't want to like sound like an ass, you know, I'm not like, you know, trying to be biased or against any communities, but like, yeah, like leaning towards like Uniqlo or Sam Show even. For Mortal, because it's Mortal Kombat. Like, how they not gonna have MK? Like, that's crazy. But I mean, like I said, MK's still gonna be there. It's kind of heartbreaking. I know a lot of the NRS guys out there are pretty upset about it. But you know, they did Mr. Wiz did say beforehand, he was like, look, you know, we're gonna make a lot of people happy, we're gonna make a lot of people sad, and that's just how it goes every year, man, because we all want to be featured. Our games, whatever our main games are, we would all at some point love to be featured on the official EVO lineup, because for whatever reason, EVO has this stigma behind it where it's like, if you're featured at EVO, then you matter and you've made it in life. Okay, that's literally what it is, I guess, with people. But that's the whole official lineup. I know this video went on a little bit longer than I expected it to be, unfortunately. I'm sorry about that, guys. But I want to know your opinions. I want to know what you guys think about this lineup. Did you like this lineup? What are you excited about? What you're not excited about? Are you upset about Mortal Kombat? There's several questions and a whole lot of answers I am definitely looking forward to responding to you guys with. But again, guys, make sure you like the video. Please, please, please like the video. Most important thing. And of course, if you have another 2 seconds, not even, hit that sub and the alert button so that way you can get the notifications as to when videos like this and more go live on this here channel, guys. Take care of yourselves. May the power protect you. I'll be here as always. Like, share, subscribe, like I just said. Keep it locked, loaded, classy, right here on the UchiGames channel. I will see y'all next time.